All right, let's go to another part of Cleveland, Ohio, where I am joined by Jackie Coppell, who is a political commentator and satirist. You can check her out live streaming from the convention at, of course, facebook.com. No, newsynews.tv, which will redirect you to her Facebook page. There's so many websites that Jackie has. What exactly is going on there? You're near one of the big protests. There's cops everywhere, sort of.
Yeah, well, there are cops just everywhere in general. Behind me, you'll see these are gentlemen from the Florida Highway Patrol. Basically, almost every state seems to have sent police officers to be around. So there's, despite open carry, which would imply that we feel very unsafe. And there was a woman yesterday who gave a speech, not a very good one, but a speech at a pro-Trump rally, showing her her gun tucked in her pants. So that was nice. And I don't know if it was intimidating, but it was certainly super awkward. But generally speaking, there are tons of police officers. They've all been very nice. In fact, when it seems like there's too much of a growing crowd, they have officers on foot, which are a lot of the representatives, as you'll see. These guys, like I said, from Florida. You have them on foot, then you have them on horses, and you also have them on bikes. And so there's definitely a feeling of there are a lot of police, and there's also a feeling of it feels a little militaristic, which is not surprising, right?
Yeah.
So, if they're trying to increase a perimeter around a protest, they all sort of chant something at once, something about, I don't know what they chanted, but it was.
Are people talking to
something.
you there, Jackie? It seems like you're causing a commotion.
I ran into a friend, actually. I ran into a friend, so she was just sort of trying to get my attention. I think not recognizing that we were chatting.
And like, what exactly?
David.
What are people protesting or doing there? In other words, like the crowd you're at with the police and all the whole thing. Are they there for a particular cause, or are they just what are they doing?
The protests have gone anywhere from pro-Trump rallies to obviously against Trump, against the system. A lot of the conversation has been around immigration as well as the Second Amendment. In terms of what people are protesting tomorrow, they're actually going to build a wall. I don't know how that's going to happen exactly, but I will hopefully be able to chat with you from there. At the very least, I'll be able to send in some footage because it will be fascinating to see that. Right now, these troopers from Florida are chilling pretty much. There's not a ton going on, but if you can see behind me, there's the MSNBC sort of hub, as it were, as well as it leads down to the convention center. If you walk down this street, then eventually you'll hit the convention center as well.
And you mentioned that those are Florida troopers. Do they have any authority there? I mean, have they been deputized in some way, or are they? I don't even understand the legal logistics of that.
It's unclear as to if they've been deputized. I would imagine so. I mean, there are cops on corners. I'm staying about a mile away from the convention center, which I found out is very lucky. But there are cops on corners all around this sort of downtown area.
Yeah.
A lot of the cops in those areas are these out-of-state troopers. So again, have they been deputized? Not sure, but if something happened, I'm pretty sure they would be given a pretty wide berth to operate in.
Yeah.
But if you ask them for any help, they're like, we don't know either. We're here.
So tell me a little bit about the people you've spoken to. I mean, any interesting anecdotes as far as particular people or groups or characters you've bumped into?
They're definitely, they have brought the crazy, to say the least. It is, and look, oftentimes the conventions, if you're not a delegate and you're at a convention, and you're not media, you are probably pretty intense about something.
Yeah.
So yesterday, like I said, there was this pro-Trump rally. Alex Jones apparently showed up. I wasn't there for that. But then you had a lot of people, railing about, here I'll cross the street so it's not quite so loud, jazz music in the background. You had a lot of people talking about immigration, a lot of people talking about the Second Amendment, a lot of people talking about how, Obama's ruined the country.
Of course, yeah.
Of course, yeah, naturally. There's some young folks are actually walking around saying socialism sucks. So, you know, the future of the Republican Party is not dead yet. At least if these kids have anything to do with it. And then, you know, there are obviously a ton of religious proselytizers, as it were. So people saying you're sinning. Someone had yesterday. There was, you know, the Pope is the Antichrist, which seems impossible.
And Jackie,
But, you know,
were they telling you were sinning because you're Jewish or a woman?
Oh, all is included. But I was told I was wearing a tank top with and pardon this to your viewers, but not an unsimilar neckline, right? Just a tank top like I'm wearing today. And I was told by a woman that I was sinning because I was blatantly showing my breasts.
Huh.
At which point I was like, then where are all the men? Because I don't think that that's what was happening. But she did say that if you sin, if you sin and you repent, all is well. And I asked her if that included abortion and murder, and she said, you know, yeah, basically. So
Okay.
that lady's word. Guys,
Well,
there's
listen,
hope for all of us
the
yet.
most incredible thing is we will book interviews with guests 2 months in advance and take every precaution possible to get a good internet connection, and they still don't have it. You're just walking around Cleveland, and your internet connection is amazing. So I don't know how you've done it, but it's very good.
Well, you know, I had a conversation with a few important folks, and I said I need some good internet because I need to talk to David Pakman
Right.
and Lewis.
Well, Lewis is titillated by everything that's going on. We are going to check in with you tomorrow. Jackie Coppell, political commentator, satirist, newsynews.tv is the website that'll take you to Jackie's live Facebook streams. And of course, she's on YouTube. And I don't know what to say, Jackie. It's all happening in Cleveland.
It is all happening. I'm actually headed to a square. I can show you guys because this is where a lot of sort of smaller protests are happening, and this is what I want to show you. So there's a guy here. He has a big sign. Here, let me get a little closer to him for you. And it says, can you see him? It says
Yeah.
Trump is not the answer. Perfect. And then this square, like I say, is where there's a fair amount that happens. Right now, it's just people sort of milling about. It's not a ton of, I don't think anyone's protesting, but someone is speaking, do you see the woman giving a speech?
Yeah, she seems into it.
Yeah, and people are super into it, let me tell you.
Yeah.
And then here is a poster. I saw this guy at Politicon. He has like a version of this painting that's like 6 times the size. But there you go.
Wow. I mean, yeah, nothing better
There you
than a
go.
Trump and a bald eagle and the American flag is about as good as it does. I
And
mean, it
the
actually looks like
American
Patriot
flag.
now, but yeah.
All
right, Jackie.
It's something.
We will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
That sounds great. I'll talk to you then. And if anyone does have any questions for Rita Ask Protesters or anyone else, let us know, and I'm more than happy to try.